building a marking gauge. It's going to be a bit of a smallish one, and all you need is a piece of wood, really, like a piece of wood that size, and you'll be able to make this project, and I'll be giving you all the dimensions and everything. But before we start, I'd just like to say I am so grateful for everyone, all the new subscribers and everyone that has subscribed, and all the likes and all the comments, and I really do my best to reply back to every one of you. So I'm not going to rant on, but I'm just very grateful to a lot of you. And I'm on Keek now. My name's Collins_Adam. So if you want to check me out there, and you can see more what I'm actually like. Like, obviously you're seeing what I'm actually like, but more just a bit of fun and stuff. So let's get to building this project and having our useful tool for it. Make just this into a square at the top, so that way so this will be kind of the center bit that moves up and down the marking gauge. And a quick and easy way of doing that is you just put your piece of wood on its side, so the thickness of the wood, push it up against the blade, clamp it down, and now that will make a perfect square. So we're going to cut this now. Alright, so we have our two pieces cut. I just cut this one a bit shorter. So the final dimensions are, this piece is 17 centimeters long, and then it's 2 centimeters thick and wide because it's a square at the top. Then this piece is 7 centimeters, we'll say long, 6.5 centimeters wide. You could just make that square, so 7 by 7. It's not too important, and 2 centimeters thick. Alright, so I'm just going to get this chisel, just rest it on, and just a few light taps. Alright, so now what I'm doing, guys, is I'm just taking out as much material as I can. But you'll see my mistake in a second and I'll explain it to you. Let's see if you can figure it out now. I made a bit of a mistake, and I believe as a YouTuber and showing my mistakes, because I don't think it's right, because I could have easily cut another piece and made it look like. But see what I did? This chipped out, and you know why it did? Because I just realised when I was chiseling this out, I went the whole way through. Should have came out the other side. But this is a pretty easy fix. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pop this out, glue it back in, and then with some spring clamps, and then we're going to come from this side and chisel it the way you're meant to. So learn from my mistakes, guys, and I just wanted to show you. Alright, so as you can see, guys, I'm just removing out the material from the other side now. So you should go about halfway down on each side, and that'll give you nice consistency without any splitting. Alright, so guys, when I was test fitting it there, it fits in, but it's kind of wedges itself now. It gets really tight. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a plane, or a little trick I'll show you now, and just flatten this, and also chamfer the edges, so that should hopefully make it slide up and down a bit easier. Alright, so my little trick is just get like a Stanley knife razor. Be very careful. If you have a cabinet scraper, that would be perfect. And just run it up and down each side. And this will only take the smallest bit off it, but it does a good little job. You could use a plane as well, but because my workbench isn't there, it's a bit hard. So I'm going to do this for all the sides. And then after you have that done, grab any sort of little block plane. I have this little one, and just take a bit off the corners. That took an awful lot of fiddling, but I finally have it. So where literally the way you want it to fit is where it can just drop. And it gets a bit tight there, but it should be okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drill the hole for the screw going through in this side, I think I'll put it. And what that will do is it'll push it up against one side, so it'll keep it nice and square. So we're going to do that now, and I'll show you. And this is a real simple way, the way I'm doing the point and everything. Nothing fancy, just whatever gets the job done. Alright, so here's what I'm using to clamp the wood down. It's like a fine threaded screw. So basically I'm just drilling the hole, and I just kind of cut this short because my hand's in the way for pretty much all of it. But I just drill a hole slightly smaller, so that way I can kind of tap the screw by screwing it in, and that way it puts threads in the wood. So here guys, I'm just giving an example of the way it slides up and down, and then to tighten it you just use a screwdriver, so it's pretty simple. So what I've done here is just drilled a small pilot hole and a countersink for a small screw to fit in, so this will actually make the point. So it's a pretty simple way of doing it, but it actually works very well, and it's quite simple to do. So basically this project is just a full scrapwood project, so you shouldn't need to spend any money really on this at all. So after doing some sanding guys, I'm just applying my standard boiled linseed oil mixed with beeswax finish. So I rub it on quite heavily to begin with, and then using an old t-shirt just wipe off the excess. And as you can see, it looks pretty damn nice. And then after that, I'm just showing you me assembling the piece and how it looks, and I have to say I think it looks pretty nice. Alright, so this is the finished piece guys, so I'm just going to show you what's got. There's the crack, so you can see it's still pretty obvious, but sure, it's just a shop project, so it's not too bad. But I'm just going to show you on a piece of MDF. So basically, you would make your distance. So say I wanted it this far away. So then what I do is I just tighten it down. Like that. So that when it's nice and tight, you just grab your piece of wood then, and then you can just run it down the piece. And the reason I'm using MDF is just because it shows the line very obviously. So there you can see I only went a section of the board. And you could do this, see the main thing you'd do this for is when you're marking joinery and so on. So if I just try and get that really close to the camera, just here. And I'm making a deeper score line than you usually would just so you can see, but it works really well. So watching guys, so our little marking gauge is done here. I actually think it turned out pretty nice, and I like the dimensions and the size of it. So thanks for watching. Please comment, rate and subscribe. I'm on Keek now, which I actually really like. So if you want to follow me there, my name's Collins_Adam. And please comment, rate and subscribe. And thanks so much again guys. And I'm really liking making the videos, so hopefully I can keep them coming weekly. So thanks guys. And remember, a clean shop is a safe shop.